Hi everyone, I'm going to do a little bit of a short video on an art journal antique store haul. And so what I look for when I'm going to an antique store for art journaling purposes is I look for things to use for textural elements, things to use for stamps. I look for books that are heavy with images or that specifically are older than 70 years, 75 years old, so that the copyright, I can check them out for copyright and see if the copyright is passed and if they're in the public domain. So this is what I got this time when I was at the antique mall. So this first book I got, $7.25 it says. That's a lot more than I would normally spend for a book, but this one was 50% off. So it was actually just a little over $3.50. And I love the cover, first of all. I might even use it as an altered book. We'll see. It was an old library book, and it had really good, first of all, it had little musical elements because I am a musician. My husband is a musician as well. He's a conductor of opera. And so I always love books that have to do with music and all. So it had really cool little snippets of music, some really cool images. So that was half price. This is another book that was half price, and Light and Life Songs number 4. It's a 1928 songbook, $3.99, but it was on sale. So I always love when there's writing in an old book. First of all, look at the paper on this. Look at the pages. I mean, it's so worn, and these pages are beautiful to use as background images. All this music, and it even smells so good. All this music is great for textural backgrounds of things, and I love that there was something in here. Take a look at this. This is like an extra bonus. Sometimes I will buy a book just because it has something special in it. Look, it's done on an old typewriter. Isn't that amazing? It's the text to one of the songs, and look at that. I love getting little treats like that inside a book. Wondering what the people were like who used them. All right, so I had 2 other little books. This one was very interesting. This is just $1.25, and you can see a price down there. This is an old bottle magazine. It's kind of like an antique magazine. It's just old pictures of people's. This is from 1970, so it's not even all that old, but just a cheap little magazine with really cool images. I love diagram type images like this. I'll use those in my art journal too. Oh, that's neat. Like a little Order Me magazine advertisement. So that's an interesting little magazine. And then this is a music book for young children. And this was also, it says $2.95. I don't know if you can see that, but it was half off. It was from the same booth as the other one. And this is from 1929. These pages are a little flimsy. Oh, look at this image. Look how beautiful that is. Let me see how the binding is on this one. It's kind of hard to even see. Yeah, it looks like the binding is sewn signatures. But all of these pages are worn and beautiful and would be great to use as a background. Let's see what the other image is right here. These paintings. Beautiful. All right, so that was, like I said, it was what, $2.95, and it was half off. So yeah, $1.50. Great purchase. All right, so then for the non-book things that I got. Fantastic photographs. I'm gonna have to resurrect my Freebie Fridays in order to take some pictures of these. Now, this one was $5. However, it was half off. There was one booth that had all of their photographs half off, and this was just so fascinating. And if I were to scan it and then lighten it up and mess with it, edit it, I just think it'd be such a neat thing to use. Okay, this was from the same booth, and she was 50% off. So she was $2.50 minus half. Then I found these were really cool, and I'm not sure even what I'm going to use them for, but these are like, I don't know if they're old lottery kind of thing. I'm not even sure. Numbers are free. Lucky, name under seal wins. So here are the names. Very interesting, but they were each $1, and I just thought they were so cool. And the texture's cool, and they're very heavy paperboard, or like even thicker than cardstock. They're paperboard. So very interesting there. I got a couple of those. Here's another one of those photographs. Look at those little boys. Is that not the cutest thing ever? And so I will photocopy that and use those in some of my art journaling. That was $4, but marked off by half. Here's another photograph. She's beautiful. And I just loved her facial expression. So it's $3 minus half. And look at this fascinating trio of women here. It says, Sis, Mother, Mrs. Mac, MC. That's fascinating. All right, so then I got a number of postcards, and I'm getting interested in and starting to use a Moleskine insert traveler's notebook. So instead of a Midori, which is narrow, I have, and I'll do some more videos on that as I get it set up, but I'm using Moleskines for that, and I love these for the idea of maybe laminating them and using them as inserts, bookmarks, dashboards, I'm not sure, but I loved kind of the faded old travel theme of these postcards. Now this was in a box with something else, and I loved these train, I don't know, track number. I mean, I guess it's somebody who worked at a train station and they would check off an initial when a train came in. So I definitely want to laminate these and use them in my traveler's notebook, and maybe even put some on my Etsy shop. But they're just fascinating for a dashboard or an inner part for the notebook. A couple other things I got. I love getting old keys. These little keys, they were $3 a piece. And I think I'm going to make them into charms for my traveler's notebook. I just love these old keys. So those were a purchase I made. Then I also got 2 little old watches. These are, I don't even know if they're that old. They're just cheapy little watches. But I figured I could take out this part, take out the pins, and take out the face of the watch, take the band off, and maybe use them also in some traveler's notebook charms. So I love those. These were $1 each. And finally, something my husband found for me. This whole bag is filled with large typesetting pieces mounted on wood. This one actually is coming up. The other ones are all in really good condition. So I got an entire box of these. I'll just dump them out. It's gonna be loud. So here are all these typesetting pieces. So there's a 0, an 8, another 5, a 2. It has all the numbers that I would need. Multiple ones. Here's a little exclamation mark. 6 or 9. So these are fantastic. So to use as stamps in my art or in my traveler's notebook, these are great. So I got this entire set for $10, which I thought was a pretty good price. I probably wouldn't have gotten it if my husband didn't insist. That is my haul, and I believe all told it was 51 something for all of that. And that was my haul. We probably go there once a year, so not too bad for once a year. Thanks for watching.